If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello, and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. I'm Andrew.
This is Joe.
And this time we're back with a comic book adventure, The Boys Hit Nights Con. It was the tricycle, the throuple, me, Cole, and Joe. Jazz was back at the crib.
There was no third wheel, though.
No, it was a tricycle, bro. It's how it's meant to be. But no, I'm glad Nicole came along. That was fun. Went got some hamburgers after. Hamburgers was hitting. Joe was telling dudes to sit in certain spots. He says, hey, I'm waiting here. Pretty cool.
Well, let's talk about that because Burger and I were patiently waiting in line. And we were next to order, and then some really old guy, which I'm sensitive to, just walks right in front of us and just starts ordering. And I was just like, all right, we were waiting before you. And then Burger's just like, let him have it. Let him have it. It's fine.
Let him have it.
And I'm just like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. But at least he knows, and he still wanted to order in front of us, so whatever. But then my wife is sitting down, and I clearly put my coat on a chair to signify that, like, that's where I'm going to sit as soon as I get my food. And this old dude just sits, like, on my coat. I told him to get up, bro. I says, no, we're done. Like, get up. Go over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I was ordering while that was going down, so I didn't exactly see that.
And
I
then
did
he
hear
still
you tell
was, like,
him.
catching flies, bro. Like, he didn't even, like, respond to me. He just did it. Like, I don't even know how he got home that night.
I don't know how he got there, but, like...
I
but
mean,
no,
it
I don't...
sounded like he was a regular, but,
Yeah.
like, still a little rude.
That's so funny.
I usually really like old people because I'm going to be there one day, right? But
oh, for sure. An obstruction, dog.
But not only did you like literally cut us and still ordered, but then you like sat next to my wife on my coat. Like,
that's
get
cool.
Up, just get up, dog. Like, you're done.
That's tough, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you told him to go away, but like he got away with it.
I mean, kind of. I made him sit somewhere else.
Which was cool. You like directed him to like the one spot in the corner. But you know what it probably was, though? Is like he knows everyone by name. He like times his order and then he like sits in like the one spot, which is probably your spot.
It's not excusable.
Like, no, dude, but he's stuck in the pattern. He don't know how to deviate.
Stuck in the pattern is crazy.
Not till he came across the Polish bulldog. He ran into the Polish bull and he said, you go sit over there. I'm waiting here.
I can't be the only Polish motherfucker that told him to move, bro. That couldn't have been his first time, bro.
No, that happened probably to him a lot more back in the days. But regardless, burgers were still good though, despite the hiccups. It's classic. You like the burgers?
Yeah, it was good. I had the chili cheese fries and the shake, and that's why I only got the one double burger, but realistically, I could have got 3.
I got 2 singles. Most I've done is 3 singles, but they're not like that big though.
For reference, yeah, they're not a slider, but they're not a hamburger either. It's like somewhere in between a slider and a regular hamburger.
Exactly. It's like if you're having a cookout like 4th of July, you have 2 burgers because that's when that's acceptable. Just 2 burgers at a time. Like you wouldn't do that at the restaurant. But then to get 3 of these is equal to having like 2 of those on a holiday, but like you get away with it because they're smaller looking. It's pretty cool.
They're smaller.
They are smaller. They're definitely smaller, not just smaller looking. It's not an optical illusion, but it's a pretty good burger.
Yeah, bro. But that was the only money I spent that day for real because I was getting well, it actually started the night before. So our buddy Charlie, who's been on the pod, invited me to a Red Wings game, and I'm like, you know what? Not really a hockey guy, but first time at LCA, I'm gonna go get a jersey. Couldn't find a single classic jersey, bro. I was willing to spend like
really
$350 too. They just had like smalls and XLs, and I'm is, or not XLs. I would have worn XL, a 3XL, and I'm just like, dog, I cannot spend 350 on something that literally doesn't fit.
The biggest or smallest one.
They only had like current players, and we were there like an hour before the game started. So I don't know, that was crazy, but it was still a good time. And then I woke up, and Berger and I met up at the con, and it was well, with my wife too, but
Yeah.
I was going there because I couldn't get that crypto out of my head. I think I mentioned it on a previous pod that there was one from a vendor that came from either like West Virginia or Kentucky or whatever.
Something like that.
The same people that I got my Toy Man from, and you got
They got everything.
Just a Solitude. Yeah, they got everything, and I was hoping they would be there. I guess I could have done some research, but they definitely weren't there. And I was just like, well, there's some other books I've mentioned on the pod, like the Showcase 9, Lois Lane, the Lois Lane issue 1, a giant size X-Men. If I can't get this crypto, maybe a book like that's there. Nothing. The closest thing, I found a 6.5 slab Silver Surfer for 1,700, but in the same breath, I was just like, I'd rather have a giant size than a Silver Surfer. So I'm just gonna keep looking. And when I get frustrated like that, there could be like really good deals on cheap books, but I just don't buy anything. I get a little weird.
It's like when you get so pissed off trying to find somewhere to eat, you just become like not hungry. You're like, actually, I'm good. Yeah, it's just like that, because like I was there too, and I had like a smaller budget than Joe per se, but I was just like, in the spirit of the day, I'll get something cool if it's reasonable. You know how it is.
There was that Iron Man one that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it had a chunk off the little bit of the back, and I've already had the book twice, so if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna just get like a good one, because I've had some good ones, honestly. But if I'm getting it again, I want it to be like my forever Iron Man one, I guess. Like, I'm not gonna sell, because I do like the cover a lot, but I don't know. It feels like it's always worth like trading though once you have one, because like, I don't know, you can put it towards something pretty good sized and get like a chunk off. But it's a cool book anyways. I like all the premiere issues. Honestly, I might have the cover I like the most of the premiere issues. I really like the Iron Man one.
Okay.
I don't know, something about it. It's pretty sick. I should get one again. But anyways, didn't want to get that one. There was other stuff I saw there, because that would have been way above budget, to be honest with you. But I was looking for like smaller stuff. I guess nothing in particular. I don't think anything that I really want is going to be there. Well, I do check for Journey into Mystery, and I'll get into it with that. They had a Journey into Mystery 93, the first Radioactive Man, for like 180, and it looked honestly pretty nice, but it had like a red marker across the whole top of the book, like on the pages in between the covers, just on top. And I was just like, oh, damn it. Because I looked at it, I was like, bro, that was like, I was going to lock in on that for sure. And then I saw that and I was like, oh, screw it. We're not doing that. There was some other Journey into Mystery stuff that was a decent amount of it there, but it's always either like beat or it's just like one of the like more, less desirable ones. That's more so just like a cool cover or like something in the, just like a filler issue type thing. Like maybe it's the origin of Loki. I feel like half the book's got the origin of Loki in it, but it's either too beat or it's just like very minor to spend like $60 on. I was just like, nah. They had a Demon Annual too, though. The first appearance of the Hitman for $10. I've actually been looking for one of those, so I don't know why I didn't buy it. But at the same time, I was just like, do I really want to just spend $10? But for something in my lizard brain doesn't want me to just be like, here's a tenner. It's just like, no, I want to get something bigger. And they did have Dark Horse Presents issue 10, first app of The Mask, like the Jim Carrey movie. And it has Concrete on the cover, and Concrete interests me. He's cool. I see him on the cover a lot of them Dark Horse Presents. I think he came out in issue 1 actually of it. So low-key, I got to get one of them. But I don't know. Something about those books are cool to me.
Was that a low-key pun? No, but I didn't know you were so interested in them.
I don't know. It's a lizard brain thing. I just see the covers. I'm like, that looks cool.
No, yeah. That's definitely cool. You pointed that mouse out to me.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. And then they had a Black Panther. I didn't check the price just because I knew, like, at that point, my heart was set on getting something else.
Yeah. You ain't getting a Black Panther.
But you know what? It was also kind of messed up because when I couldn't get what I wanted, I asked the people if they had a contact to that vendor, see if I could get this book via email. No reply, bro. And I'm like, all right, my LCS has had this giant size X-Men for literally a year. I'm like, today's the day. So I give them a call. I'm like, I don't care if I have to drive an hour and a half. And they're like, yeah, we sold that last week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so not my luck. I did get a few books like a week ago, though. Some small stuff. I got a Showcase 80, which is first Silver Age Phantom Stranger. And then I got a Bloodstone 1, which is the first Elsa Bloodstone.
Pretty cool. Those are good pickups.
Yeah, they're both clean. So that was cool.
I got it from a stranger too.
But I'm still on the hunt for like my mega March grail. March is a good month for comic book guys because not only do I usually get my best book of the year in March, but a lot of TV shows are coming out right now. There's a lot out, like between Daredevil and Invincible, and then I think X-Men's going to be coming out soon. I don't know how soon, but this year, hopefully.
Sick. Yeah, for sure.
And then you're watching.
What am I watching, Joe?
No, I just slipped, bro. You're just watching that stuff too.
Dude, that's crazy. Why are you acting so secretive?
I didn't know if you wanted.
Dog, I'll represent. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure too. I am watching that. They said they wouldn't animate the part with the horses, but they did. So I said, "Fuck it."
That was what made you commit, bro. No,
Bro,
you're gonna watch that shit regardless, bro. Don't lie to these people.
Oh no, I was.
Yeah.
But they didn't think it'd get made because of animating all the damn horses, but they did. So
that's right.
It's like a Western one. It's kind of like a reboot. A lot of people say it's the best part. I don't know, but fuck it. I don't usually have a lot of stuff to watch, but like having to rotate 4 shows because I also got like X-Files going on top of having to start Daredevil, and I'm watching Invincible too. So it's just like, damn, am I gonna remember the plots to each of these like in hindsight? Because I'm like taking them all down at once, and they all have like different release schedules. It's just like, holy shit, am I gonna retain this? You know what I mean?
I feel that way with comic books though, because like when I pick up my poll, it's like once a month, and it's just like nobody can honestly say they remembered what was happening last time when they're collecting like 5+ titles, bro. Like you don't.
Do you think you could ever just sit and like hold on to them and then read them all at once? Or do you think you just never read them? You like stack it up for like
no, bro,
5 months and then just read them all?
Because you got to know if it's good, so you read it as it comes out. You would have to really trust other people's opinion or your gut to hold on to it that long. And just with anything else in life, I don't think I've ever done that. I'm kind of impatient that way.
Yeah, no, I have to read it every time so I could forget for next time too. Because I take way too long between pickups. And then I read it all and I'm like, oh yeah. And then it's just like, well, that was a half hour I could just burn away. Read my comic full and then not retaining any of it for the next month. Like, oh yeah, every time. Except for like G.I. Joe and like the Absolute Martian Manhunter. I can kind of retain what's going on in there because I actually find them interesting. I have been liking Skinbreaker though, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not like anything super crazy, but like it's pretty consistently like solid. It's pretty cool. But I think that's coming to an end soon. Is it 12 or is it 8? I kept seeing conflicting information on that.
I don't know. I'm just going to ride the wave.
Yeah, me too. But like, it's like, it sucks knowing it's already going to be like cut short. It's like, damn. Oh yeah, you going to read that other thing that Kirkman's doing? I forgot what it's called already. I need to add that to my poll actually.
I feel like I heard about that, but I haven't really done any digging.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called too. Look at us, comic book junkies. We're in the know.
Yeah, we're not nerds. We just like this shit. Yeah, you can Google this shit. You know what I mean? Like, we're not here to pod to like tell you what's on Google.
We could though. Wouldn't that be fun? That's to be our next episode.
Googling stuff. This came out on this date.
I don't know, man.
Who cares, bro?
I had pretty good like knowledge of everything.
Who cares? Let's talk about the CBCS stuff.
Oh wow, Joe Smooth.
That
was sick.
I appreciate that.
I'm with you. But no, yeah, CBCS stopped, and that's what our heads did because we're like, whoa.
And if anybody asks, I do have the best mustache in the family. But go ahead.
There you go. It's a decree. But no, CBCS, bro, it's done. Apparently, whoever bought them, like Beckett or something, they're just shutting it down. That local guy says he's still staying on with them, but he's doing like cards, like Pokemon, and whatever other stuff they want to grade, maybe games and shit. I don't know. But like, you guys are what are you gonna do? There's only like one good company, unless you want to count PSA. Who cares about PGX?
But that's the weird thing, because it was always the alternative to CGC, right? Like, I think everybody always thought of those books as like 5 to 10% worth less because like it felt off-brand, but it was like the most reputable off-brand slab.
It wasn't that bad. I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, what I did and I didn't like about it, because there's occasionally room to purchase a slab book, but I feel like the greater notes are kind of like a little harder to like find. I mean, you could still go to their website, probably put in that stupid SKU and like get a description, but I feel like it's not as like easy. And then secondly, I guess what I did like about them, they were always known for like the signature books, right?
Oh yeah, the verification at least, because like you could just send it to them without the COA and they could find out. Apparently,
Yeah, so I guess that was convenient, and I guess the slabs
Yeah.
were a little. They were starting to look a little better. I'm sure they were durable, but yeah, it's kind of gonna be a little weird knowing that like there's only one option now. What do you think that does to the books that are already slabbed? Do you think that they depreciate more, or do you think people will want some of those now that they're out of production?
I don't think anyone gives a shit. I think people are just gonna go CGC and just act like it didn't happen.
I think I agree.
They'll probably re-slab those books at some point too. You sick bastards. It's like, damn. I don't know. I'm just a raw dog for life. Every time I get me a slab, I'm just like, get it out of there. It's got to go sit with its brothers in the box. It's just gonna go hang out, bro.
Totally agree. I could have an Action Comics one and I'm breaking it out the slab, bro.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, I don't mind buying a slab because, like, I mean,
know what you're
I
getting.
prefer raw when I'm like in a comic book store, but when I'm shopping eBay, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'd prefer like somebody else gets a pair of eyes on this book and at least I know what it is. But yeah, as soon as it comes home, I'm breaking it.
Do it every time. Put it in the Mylar. So ultimately, we really don't care. This does not affect us. But for those who need to know, that's what's new. And you can get that on Google now. We had the news first. We just dropped it, bro. But anywho, I don't know. That ain't gonna really change any of my habits, none. Do we want to float around some books around $1,000?
I think we call it a day, bro. You think that's
Is this a
enough?
crazy ending?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you guys can forgive me, my mic broke this week. In addition to like losing out on a freaking Crypto, the super dog, and
Yeah.
Giant Size X-Men. So, oh, but I do have one thing to say. Burger always takes care of me, bro. Even after a fight, we
Point guard.
yeah, Burger calls me while I'm at work and he's like, there's like 13 minutes on this book that you've been looking for. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to send my employee home and we're going to close down the store. And so I sit in the parking lot for 5 minutes and watch this auction go down. And it was for a Showcase 9. So I got one of the 3 books I really, really wanted. And it was
Yeah.
stupid cheap. And it's slabbed. I don't care. I mean, I'm going to break it out, but
Yeah.
Burger sent me the Carfax on it, so I didn't even have to like look up the cert. I just knew what I was getting into, and it was a Tuesday night, and I won.
You see, at the moment, I was in the auction just watching, and I saw it go up at the very end, and then I texted him immediately. I was like, "Is that you?" And he says, "Yeah, bro." And we were so pumped. That was so
Yeah.
cool.
Well, he did that last year with my Invincible too. Burger's always online looking out, so hopefully he can find a Giant Size X-Men next. But until
time.
then, yeah, I just got to be a little patient. But Burger
Something will have to
always
show up.
comes through, bro. He always does. Lines it up for me, and then it goes from raw chicken to cooked chicken.
Whoa,
That's
microwaved.
know who the microwave is, but between Burger and I, it gets microwaved, bro.
Gets microwaved between us. That's crazy.
That's how it happens, though.
Point guard of comic books. If you need to
Try to
seek
get
out my
some of my
services,
books, bro. Yeah, you could charge a little commission for stuff.
Yeah.
like that, bro.
I'll find you what you need, bro. I'll send you the listing. I create them, bro. I just can't.
He's
I'm
gonna
secretly buying
microwave
stuff.
that raw chicken.
Dude, what if I was secretly buying all of the books that you want and then like selling it to you?
Why didn't you just
when-
sell it to me?
No, but like to make it more elaborate like this, so I could like point guard you like the listing, but really it's me and I have the book you want and I sell it to you every year.
Be a really weird secret. I don't know what the game is. Like,
would that be hilarious?
What's in it for you? Just the laugh?
Yeah, wouldn't that be hilarious, bro? Could you imagine like the dedication of like doing that just to like mess with someone? That is psychotic though. Like if you actually did that.
That's nuts. You're a
I'm
crazy
good at coming
boy.
up with these ideas and skits, but I ain't doing them, bro. Stuff I think up's nuts. But that feels very Tim Robinson, actually. I feel like he could make a sketch about something like that.
I want Charlie to join the comic market and that be his role.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Dude, we could shoot commercials. Yeah, comic book commercials.
Hard images, bro.
Hard Images Enterprise. Yeah, dude. That's crazy. But damn, I think that says it pretty much everything, bro.
We're going to be a little more prepared next time. I bought a new microphone because I love y'all.
Yeah, he is. He's dedicated, bro. He says, I'm going to get it the next day.
It matches my mustache too, bro.
Yeah, dude. That's hard.
In case a family member asks.
In case anyone asks. Fat man.
Anybody.
You've been put on notice. You don't grow a caterpillar like Joe.
You can't, bro.
But
Me, Freddie Mercury, Burt Reynolds, and that's it, bro.
don't sell it.
Yeah, that
Tom,
too.
that wasn't even that wasn't even a real name. Tom Selleck.
Stroking out.
Yeah, I think it's about time that we cut it out over here. I think you want to check out Comic Book Junkies. You can see all our good clips and all our good books and all our good advice and wisdom. So tell a friend, rate, review, and subscribe it. Follow us on @CBJPod at Comic Book Junkies. You can check us out on YouTube. We've got the entire back catalog there. We post clips there as well, posting clips on Reels. If you hear this, we've been doing a lot more of that, so you're getting more clips from the show, just raw, uncensored, unfiltered. You know, that premium cut. But but we appreciate you. Dankeschön to Germany again. God bless everybody. We'll catch you again next time with more Comic Book Junkies.
Appreciate you guys.